God, remember when Rek'Sai was actually a good champion when he was a tank?
Yeah.
Why
Don't
Yeah,
you
you call-
misgen- How dare you misgender my queen?
Oh no! Oh no!
Cancel him. We got it on
Oh,
footage,
no.
boys.
Cancel.
There's a
Oh,
camera
no.
here. There's a camera
Guys, are
here.
you sure I can't pick Galio?
I'm out.
Hey, loser! Yeah, you! Are you sick of playing piss baby weak champions in League of Legends? Have other top laners not been able to 1v9 the way you want? Do you want to be able to feel your testosterone whenever you land a Q? Do you want to be able to crush your enemies? Have you not felt happiness in years?
Well, damn, dude. I mean, I'm really sorry. I get it, trust me. I mean, I've had my own struggles over the years, so I know what you're going through. I just want to tell you, it gets better, and there's things to look forward to.
Well, do I have the champion for you?
Fun.
Introducing Sion. With the power of Sion, I went from looking like this to this, and by following this simple guide, you can too. Montage.
I'm taking every moment to win, baby, I own it. Yeah, I stopped the zoning with flurries and combinations, saying you would hate me, cause my skills are way great. I'm back to, let the truth be told. I feel on fire when my passion flows.
Yeah, we ended up losing that game. Hey everyone, average-sized man here to tell you about another one of my favorite champions in League of Legends, Sion. Why do I love Sion, you ask? Well, the better question is, what do I not love about Sion? These are the things I do not love about Sion. But other than those few reasons, I really do love this champion. Ignore the fact that there's literally a man dying in the foreground of a splash art, Sion is actually a very good boy, and in a game where champions are getting more and more complex, sometimes it's nice to just sit back, relax, and gain thousands of health passively just for playing the game.
You fools! I am indestructible! Behold, I am become death, destroyer of worlds!
But to be honest, the main reason I like Sion is because he's loud, and as we all know, loud is funny. So let's get started. Sion tip number 1. You can dance while your passive is active. I think that's pretty neat.
The bear.
Why is he stand up like that? Wait, stand still, Noah.
He's T-pose, naturally.
Just fucking A poses. So, as usual, let's break Sion down into his core components, starting with his lore. Sion has evolved beyond the need for complex lore. He was a strong dude, I'm pretty sure he died, but they brought him back as an even stronger dude. Beyond that, I'm not really sure what else there is to say. He's Noxian, and his jaw is the crown of Jarvan I. So, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Alright, now.
No.
Don't hit, stop hitting! No, minions!
So the first thing to know about Sion is that, like pretty much every other champion at this point, he has a multi-part passive. The first part is called Local Man Literally Too Angry to Die. If the enemy team somehow manages to kill Sion, he only stays dead for about a second and a half. Then he comes back to life angrier and more pissed off than ever before, even if only for a few seconds. During this time, Sion gains 100% lifesteal and some attack speed, and max health damage against enemies. To counter this, all of his abilities are replaced by the second part of his passive, which is called
Maximum overdrive. Hiya!
Fools! I cannot be slain so easily. If you strike me down, I will only become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. I will...
Hey, stop.
Get the fuck back here!
I knew I should have gotten the turbo.
When Sion activates Maximum Overdrive, he gains a decent chunk of move speed for about a second. The problem is, because of the delay before Sion comes back to life and his lack of abilities, even with this ability, Sion will either get kited out or simply outran by most enemies. That said, his passive is still a great way to pick up cheeky kills and even pull off certain cheese strats like stealing enemy buffs.
Teleport mid?
Wait, Kyle, do you need help, man? I'm on the way.
Yeah.
I'm on the way. Yeah, where is it?
No, it's right here. It's right here.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Right here. Go.
I got it, yeah.
No, let's go.
Got it.
Nice,
Yeah,
got him,
nice.
got him.
Sion's Q also has two parts, or I guess more like two different variants. The first part is the shitty swing. If Sion doesn't charge up the ability long enough, he'll perform a quick AoE slash, which slows and deals a small amount of damage. However, if Sion charges up the swing for at least a full second, it becomes the Super Mega Slam! The slam has a maximum charge time of 2 seconds, and the longer you charge, the longer enemies hit are knocked up and stunned. This ability actually does bonus damage to monsters and reduced damage to minions, making Sion fairly roll flexible. Sion is self-rooted during the windup for this ability, making it pretty easy for enemies either to walk out of it or stun you, but luckily for you, they probably just won't for some reason. Even if the ability does get disrupted, it only goes on a reduced cooldown, making it fairly forgiving given its excessive windup. This ability is genuinely one of my favorites in the game, but the best thing about it is that if Sion is hidden while the ability is charging, so is the indicator, which means a Sion in the bush is one of the most dangerous things in the entire game.
Guys,
I've decided I'm ulting mid. Yep.
Yeah,
On the same page. Alright.
Goodbye.
Next up is Sion's W, the Blood Bubble and the Blood Burst. This ability also has multiple effects, including a passive, which is personally my favorite part. Every time Sion kills an enemy, including minions, he gains health. The number is increased for a champion takedown or large enemies. Simple enough, but this means if you take Grasp of the Undying as your keystone and Overgrowth as one of your runes, you can have literally thousands of free health without even buying items. The active part of this ability, the Bubble and the Burst, is a shield that you can activate whenever you feel threatened and recast to detonate when you aren't scared anymore. It deals a decent chunk of damage, and it's really just a more selfish Ivern shield.
This is
mine,
like the
Noah.
best pick into Kale.
This is mine, Noah.
Wait, you didn't really.
Wait, no, I was gonna disconnect and then Rek'Sai stopped me. Sion Z doesn't have a funny name, he literally just yells really loudly at you. Sion unleashes the full extent of his gamer rage to deal damage, shred armor, and slow. The scream can also knock back minions, and certain things placed by champions.
Motherfuckers come on, 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 motherfuckers come on.
Finally, we have your ultimate, the Sion Express. Forget foolish things like strategy or patience. This ability is for when you really want to go in. Sion becomes unstoppable as he begins running at Mach 7 in a slightly controllable direction. This ability can go ridiculously far if you don't collide with anything, but you will stop on the first enemy champion or terrain hit, hitting them harder than you should hit the subscribe button. You can also stop this ability early, but that's for cowards! Once Sion makes impact, he deals damage immediately around him and knocks up any champion's hit, dealing damage and stunning based on the time the ability was active. This ability also does damage to towers, which has on several occasions led to a fun little strategy known as inting Sion, where you basically suicide bomb towers on repeat until you eventually win the game.
You're not mana. I would.
He tried to run.
Truly, what was he going to do?
I ulted the second it came off of cooldown. Sion's strategy is simple. Ult in and try to lock down as many enemy champions as you can. Immediately scream at them to shred armor, press W, and charge your Q to full. Repeat until you win, and remember that Titanic Hydra deals damage scaling with health, and your health scales infinitely. And that's pretty much Sion.